blessings, everybody. Happy Monday. Here we are. Once again, it's amazing. This is week number 2. We're flowing with it and we're growing with it and we're going with it. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm so happy to be here. Had a marvelous and magnificent birthday weekend. It was fantastic. A lot of rest. Good to be with friends. Thankful for the friends and family members that looked out, and I had a lovely time, and even went to a service. So got to do all of those things to be refreshed, to be nourished, and to be blessed. So I encourage you to take the time to think about other people as well on your incarnation day, and bless those people and be thankful for all the love in your life and all of the blessings that are in your life, and just be grateful for another trip around the sun. We're so thankful each and every day, but we're always thankful for another opportunity to be given another 365 days to do something fabulous and wonderful, and be a blessing and a beneficial presence on the planet, of course, right? So here we are today. Today's reading is about oneness and what that really means for February the 9th, 2026, this lovely Monday. I am with the one. That is what we're going to be focusing on. We need oneness. We need unification of spirit, mind, and thought, and sensitivity, empathy in this day and time with all that is going on in the world today. People want polarization, people want division, people want separation, but we stand firmly and boldly for oneness. That is what it is all about. It is not about being partisan, being divided. It is not being, about being in categories and labels and boxes, and so many things in our society want us to check a box for every single thing, want us to identify ourselves in a specific manner. And yes, it is good to do that. It is good to express our individuality. It is good to express our identity. For example, this is Black History Month. It is good to be able to proudly state who you are, where you come from, know your history. And I like what the White House even said about it, that it is a vital part of all history in America. So we cannot omit certain people, certain groups. We have to honor differences, honor individuality, and honor uniqueness as well. So that doesn't take away from us still unifying in the spirit of oneness, but it helps us to come together and recognize the beauty of our differences while yet still cherishing our unity and our oneness. So we want to talk more about that and explore that and think about how we can become there could be more cohesion in our society, spiritually, as well as socially, as well as just on a human level, in our humanity. How can we become one with each other? So let's light our serenity candle. You know I love to do this because this represents the light, the inner light that shines without and benefits our contemplation each morning. So I'm always happy to share the light and bear the light. Welcome to each person who has entered into this room of oneness, into this room and space of gladness and joy and peace and love. That is what we are here for. I thank you so much for liking this video. If you can like and share the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I invite you to take this time for the reading with me from the Daily Word, which is Monday, February 9th, 2026. That is the day that we are in. And the reading is oneness. I am one with the one. Sometimes my mind feels crowded, planning, deciding, and doing. I'm thinking about what to wear. I was this morning. What to eat, what needs to get done. But even in the swirl of daily distraction, I know there's a threshold that I can cross. I picture a doorway between scattered thoughts and quiet clarity, and with a breath, I step through. On the other side, I remember that I'm not separate. No, I'm not. I'm one with God, with divine presence, with my highest self. I'm not just in the presence, I'm one with this presence. Then a greater truth unfolds. I'm one with all that is. That's every person, every leaf, and every star. There is no separation. I trust that I am one with the one great love that blesses all. And then there is a scriptural reference from Galatians 3:28, which says there is no longer Jew or Greek, there is no longer slave or free, and there is no longer male or female, for all of you are one in the spirit of the Christ. So I invite you to think about your oneness today and how important it is. Hello, Willow Robinson. It is so very important to be in the spirit of oneness in this hour, especially in our society. As I was stating, how polarized everything is, how they are feeding us division, boxes, check this, fear, division. No, oneness. Oneness. We come together in the spirit of love and oneness. So I invite you to take this time with me to think about, how am I one? How can I be more at oneness? How can I atone at oneness? Yes, with others, with all living things, with all of creation, with all of nature. How do I feel myself etched into oneness? Interwoven with oneness, one heart, one mind, one spirit. Let us turn within. You cannot become one with evil. Evil is an idea, not an entity. So, it's nothingness. It's nothingness. It is an idea. It is a concept, and evil stems from thinking that it is separate from others. It sees itself as separate from God. It sees itself as other. It sees itself as divided. And that's how evil comes in. Evil is live backwards. So they're living a backward life. So that's the way that goes. So yes, we are living, we're moving, we're walking, we're talking in oneness. So I invite you to turn within and let's go there. Ooh. It's such a lovely day. It's such a wonderful and beautiful time, an expression of peace, love, and joy. How grateful I am for the opportunity to explore the beauty of oneness and to embody oneness and to be in oneness with all living, loving creatures. Grateful that there is technically no distinction. Grateful that we are one with this one power, with this one presence, with this one life that we call source, that we call God, that we call spirit, that we call energy, that we call the frequency, that we call the pulse of all living things. All of creation is one. We declare it and we know this to be true. For there is the line that comes out of deception that tries to lure us in and hook us into other, that tries to hook us into different. And yes, there are differences, and there is so much beauty in the differences. But we recognize that we are one and unified, even in our differences, even in the things that make us beautifully unique. So very thankful for each heart represented here in this forum today, that they recognize their oneness with each other, not pointing out the other, but recognizing we're knit together in our souls, created from the same source of life, originating from the same place and space of love. For it is love that draws us together in the spirit of unity. Once we have been transformed by love and had a God encounter with love. The ultimate presence, the ultimate force, for love is the most powerful force on the planet. It is the most powerful force in the universe. And just as the universe is one with itself, uni is one. We are one with it, one with all of creation, one with the birds, one with the trees, one with the skies, one with the seas. Recognizing our oneness with the soil, the dirt, recognizing our oneness with each other. We are living in harmony, and I speak the word that this is true. No matter what we're seeing in the atmosphere, no matter what we're seeing on the news, no matter what the media tries to inundate us with, we know that oneness is the order of the day. Unification is the order of the day. Love is the order of the day. I delight in oneness with each of my brothers and sisters. Some manifest something that is contrary to oneness. Some manifest that which is not appealing. But it's only because they don't recognize their oneness. It's only because they see themselves as separate. And when you see yourself as other, when you see yourself as separate, you don't see yourself as one with others. And when you see yourself as separate from God, as God is something outside of yourself, you cannot love others. And so I'm so very thankful and very grateful for this moment in time to explore oneness. And I sit in the moment of quiet contemplation and reflection on this oneness. So I invite you to take 60 seconds with me to think about your oneness with every living thing on the planet, and how this oneness grows and strengthens you at the inner core, each of us. And as we bring this moment to a close, with a heart of gratitude and thanksgiving for our oneness with each other, for the one heartbeat, for the one life, for the one mind, for the one spirit, coming together in the beauty of oneness and unification. Recognizing that all else is an illusion. Color, creed, race, nationality, region, even gender. These are the things that give us characteristics and distinction in our human form for the purposes of tracking and identity. But in essence, we are spirit beings. We are divine beings. This is just the physical suit and costume that we chose to put on in this human form, in this human incarnation. These are our earthling costumes, if you will. But it is not the essence and the truth of who we are, which is spirit. And I'm so thankful for each heart represented here, each spirit represented here, in all its uniqueness and in all its beauty. One with all, as the one that dwells with all, is in all, as all, moving through all. I release this word and I allow it to be. And in the spirit of oneness, so it is. Grateful. So thankful. I see Ryan's statement, which is love is used as a pretty vague term these days. I'd like to see someone actually break down what love is. Yes, the Greeks, yes, times of love, yeah, with agape, eros, philos love, yes, phileos love, all of that, yes, yes. So I understand what you're saying. And it is used very lightly, Ryan. It is. People throw the word very around very loosely nowadays, but we mean it from a agape level, if you will. When I use it here, it's about humanitarian love. It's about altruism. Yeah. And an altruistic love, a humanitarian love. It's an impersonal love because we don't know people. So there are different levels of love, as you know. You broke it down, in terms of the Greek philosophy of love, storge love as well. Yeah, I talked about that in my book as well. The different levels of love and gave a specific breakdown on what that looks like. So, in this sense, when we're talking about it, we're talking about it on a universal level. We're talking about it, in terms of I love you because you are a human. I love you because you bleed. I love you because if something happens to you, we all feel it on the same humanistic level. We experience pain. We experience tragedy. We know what hurts. And some of us respond differently due to culture, environment, upbringing, and just psychological composition. But what is love? Love is just it's understanding. There's an empathy component to it, where we just know this is a human. You suffer, and ultimately, what causes you pain can have an actual domino effect in the world. If one group of people are struggling on the planet, if there's a region of destitution and poverty, this does impact us. It impacts us in terms of our global economics, but we look out for one another in the spirit of altruism and humanity, humanitarian aid we send to other places because we are so blessed, because we are so prosperous, even though over here we're pretending to be blessed over here. We're in trouble because obviously when you go to the grocery store, you see that our food supply and our packages are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So we're pretending over here in the United States of America to be more prosperous than what we really are. If that were the case, we'd have an abundance and the prices would be going down, right? So, but yes, I respect your knowledge, ma'am. You're very educated, in my opinion. Thank you for a well thought out answer. I tried. I hope that helps. That's the best that I can give you in this hour because I'm just getting up on a Monday morning. Thank you so much. But I thank you, Ryan, for being here. I hope that you subscribe and I hope that you do come back. I appreciate your presence and your questions like that are important. I want to see questions like that on this forum. Even the tough questions. Let's talk about it. Let's have discourse about that because it's important. Okay. But anyway, I thank you guys for being here. Have a blessed and amazing day. And I will see you tomorrow again at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. Bye-bye.